Good morning, or I should say good afternoon. Welcome. Thank you to stopping in today. I know some of you aren't going to be able to join live, and that's okay because this is recorded. You get to see it anytime you want. It's right on my page, The Ageless Woman. And I want to welcome you to my interview today with my guest, Julie, joining us from Canada. Good afternoon,
Hello.
Julie.
Good afternoon to you, Debbie.
Yes. So it's Debbie here, founder of Luma Life Coaching and also the creator of The Ageless Woman. And I just want to tell you a little bit about Julie. She's a busy woman, guys. She's a wife, mom, and mother of two beautiful children I get to see now and then when we talk. And she's also developing her coaching business to support busy mamas. That's her passion. When she was a much younger girl, age 18, she was introduced to personal growth and the term life coach, which ignited a blaze within her. Uh, I can relate to that, Julie. That's awesome. So, but she put her dreams on hold for a little bit. But now she is a life coach and a fellow MAP practitioner. And I'm so happy to have her here today. Her passion is personal growth. And in fact, she says it's her life's mission.
Yes.
Our topic today is one of our favorite things that we like to talk about, Julie and I, and it's about being imperfect. So it's perfectly imperfect motherhood. And Julie tells it like it is. And so she's going to share with us today her challenges on how to balance. And we're all still figuring that out because our daily lives keep changing, don't they? So she will be talking about some self-care after motherhood. So Julie, let's start with what's been your biggest challenge in the role of becoming a mother?
Yes, that's a good question. I would say that the biggest challenge for me was really around boundaries. To recognize my boundaries and the signs that I am pushing my boundaries or that my children are pushing my boundaries, and to not only to recognize my limits, but also to respect them and enforcing them around me. And when you, I'll speak for myself, when, I'll say that one of the things that I've noticed in this quarantine time is that after like the first 2 weeks, I noticed that after the only times that I was allowing myself to go into my own room to have some me time was only when I was feeling angry. And I felt like this cannot be. I mean, this cannot be the only time that I allow myself some me time. And for the longest time, I thought that anger was a problem for me, was kind of the enemy. And then I realized that on the contrary, it is an ally. It is my ally to make me realize when my boundaries are being crossed or when I don't allow myself my time to get back together. I would say,
I love that, Julie. I love that because, you said that so nicely because it's so common to get angry and fed up and frustrated and all those things. That's a common thing for motherhood, but to recognize it as an ally rather than an enemy, that's brilliant actually, because that's your warning sign that, oops, I went too long and I didn't recognize my boundaries. That's brilliant. Keep going. I love this.
Yes, but this for me was such a huge insight. I mean, I have an 8-year-old son and a 4-year-old daughter, and for the longest time, I felt like I keep getting angry, I keep being impatient. I'm so not the mother I want to be. I want to be such a Zen mama, and I'm into personal growth for the past 20 years. It's been my passion, and I feel like what? How come? How come can I not?
And you feel misaligned, then nothing.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's like my, the person I was before I was a mother, with all her consciousness and all the tools and the meditation and the Reiki, blah, blah, blah. and I say blah 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 because as a mother, I just can't get hold of them. I can't get hold of these tools, and I am really in the process of reconciliation, right? Of really aligning those two roles as the one and same identity. And what I realize is that I have to clear lots and lots of beliefs that I hold on and that has been passed down to me from generation to generation. And regarding the role of motherhood, it's there are, because they get into conflict with what I feel in my heart and what I know is right for me. It gets into conflict because what I have seen and what I have heard and what um,
The
I
belief systems growing
yeah,
up.
the
Yeah, the
belief
women,
systems.
the previous generations of women in your family. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about sacrifice. Sacrifice was a word that my grandmother used to use all the time, and I remember my mother said, my own mother kept saying this word, sacrifice, and I vowed to myself that I would not use this word, and even though she didn't use it, it kept, being. She
She did.
kept doing things by sacrifice unconsciously. It wasn't something that she wanted to transmit to her children, but it's been done nonetheless. And this is something that I feel too. And it shows in the way that, the kids come first all the time, their needs. And the moment that I try to do something for myself, there's guilt coming. And then, or when just this weekend, right? I was not my best self. I was feeling tired. I was feeling, I don't know. I guess this quarantine thing is getting to me too. And I really needed to just be alone and have some time for me. And with my children around, I just couldn't. It was hard. Or, I did take some time, but it wasn't enough for the big need that I felt. And I didn't feel like playing with them. And I felt so guilty about that. It's like, oh, but a good mom should, always be available and should always be, playing with her kids. I have
That
all
dream perfect
these,
mother, right? That we want to be. Yeah, but today's mom has got so many more challenges than our moms did, and even than I did. Um, because you guys you're juggling careers, you're juggling sometimes building a career on the side and working and being a mother and being a wife. There's a lot of balance. There's a lot of balance, and women today, I think, can really feel very overwhelmed, would probably be the best word. And this is where it really is so helpful to have support. And I imagine in quarantine that has been really challenging, the normal support group that you have to give you relief here and there.
yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah. Well, you shared something with me not too long ago that I thought was so, again, brilliant, is how to give your kids like that nonverbal signal that
Yes.
you were doing different things. So kind of tell the audience about that, because I thought that was so cool.
Yes. Yes. It's a cool trick. I was talking to another woman about, the difficulty I had, like wearing all the hats at the same time, like mother, teacher, the house cook, the house cleaner, and the coach. And in my coaching business, I also wear all the hats, and so it's like wearing too many hats at once. And this woman said to me like a wonderful trick. She said, why don't you wear something that represents these roles? So it's going to help you twofold. First of all, you're going to notice if you're holding or if you're wearing 3 accessories at the same time. So it's like, I'm juggling too many things at once. And you're going to send the signal to your children. Well, this is what I'm doing right now. And this is what my expectations are for you right now. So the following day, I picked, a scarf for when I'm a teacher, and I picked another scarf for when I need some me time, either because I'm working or because I'm meditating or whatever. Um, and I picked another scarf for, I'm a scarf lover. I always I always have scarves, but now they're identified, and I have another scarf for when I'm in play mode. It's like, now mama's available to play.
I
And
love that. That is so. Why didn't I think of that when I had my 6 kids growing up? I didn't need that so much because I was a full-time mom. But wow, how cool is that when you are a busy mom wearing doing so many different things? So this is my play scarf. This is my I'm busy scarf. This is my business. Don't interrupt me now, right now scarf. I
exactly.
love that. It is, and we have viewers on it, but unfortunately, I can't see who you are, but it just as a Facebook user. So, hi, everybody. Thank you for catching us live. We're having a fun conversation with Julie about raising kids, being a busy mom. I just think by the way, Julie, I keep passing that little tidbit along to moms because I think it's just such a brilliant idea. You don't
Yeah,
have to remind them verbally. They just get it because they see the scarf.
exactly. Exactly. And it makes it easier to feel focus on what you have to do. And for me, I'm not a teacher, and this is not, I mean, this is not my genius zone, okay? Let's be honest.
Love it.
and I will, and it helped me to assume kind of the right posture with my kid. Like, okay, as a mom, this would really bug me, but as a teacher, please just take a deep breath and help your kid understand this. And so it's helped me also.
Yeah, how interesting is that? It kind of helps you assume different roles, doesn't it?
Yes, yes, and keeping the other ones kind of at bay, because having all the roles at the same time is just it's overwhelming, because because it is what I noticed is that I felt constantly unsatisfied because none of the roles were done perfectly, right? But even if we put the word perfectly aside, it wasn't even done in a satisfactory manner, because I just felt like when I was working, I felt that I should be with my kids. When I was with my kids, I felt that I should be cleaning or cooking, or it's like I always felt I can't find the word
Stretched.
stretch exactly.
Too
Thank you.
stretched.
I feel,
Yeah,
yeah.
and when it gets like that, it's very hard to weave pleasure into those different tasks when you feel exhausted. Yeah,
You've
yeah,
really said something. Yeah, pleasure. The role of motherhood in my family, in what has been passed down to me, is serious. Being a mother is something serious, and I am working on bringing pleasure back, bringing laughter back,
yes.
easiness, lightness, and it's a work in progress. I have to say, I mean, even though it's been 20 years that I am in this process of personal growth, it hasn't been a full-time work, on myself. But even though I have many tools, I'm still walking my path. I'm
That's
still
true.
overcoming challenges,
That's
and
truth. Yeah.
and bringing more consciousness to the way I live my life, to what has been passed down to me, to what I act upon unconsciously, right? Because these beliefs, and this is what I love to do with my clients and with MAP, is that we can go right to the root of our belief systems that are limiting ourselves or sabotaging our efforts to have a more peaceful life and more enjoyable life.
Hmm.
And while we do this, it really can create new patterns, new healthy and healthy
I think
patterns.
I think guilt's probably the worst thing that beats women up, feeling guilty about whatever it is. But yeah, I mean, once you decide what it is that you really need to be a great mom and to do all the things that you love to do, um, then it's just a matter of setting boundaries, like you said, and then asking for respect from your family and from other people, uh, respect to you, to respect your values. They may not be your mother's values, and that's okay.
Yes, yes, yes. And this is something I wanted to tell this story about when I was a younger mother with my firstborn. At some point, I kept saying to my mother, I feel so like invaded. I need my space. I need my bubble. And I kept saying this. And at some point, she said, Julie, you've been saying this for a while now. And there's something I have to tell you. Now that you're a mom, you don't have a bubble anymore.
Wow, that just made it worse. Like, oh my God, where's my safe place?
It's like,
Aww.
no, this is your shitty beliefs. Okay. I refuse that. This is not something that I will build my life upon. I know that if I want to give something back to my children, I need to take care of myself. And
Yes.
Yes. Making full. I'm sorry. I have my French words coming up now. To getting myself full so that I have something back to give. Right.
That's absolutely
So,
true. And our moms, they did the best that they knew how. They didn't even know about
yes.
self-care. They honestly, it was it wasn't a concept back then.
Yes, exactly.
You
It wasn't
know,
even a concept.
no, it wasn't a concept. So moms today are very much aware of needing to do that. And so, yay for
Well, we
you.
feel it. We feel it.
Yes.
We feel this
A lot of demands.
imbalance, this insatisfaction. It's like it when you start to really listen to this, you understand that there's a conflict between what you've been told and what you've been passed down from information, that it doesn't work with what you really feel that is right for you. And what I felt was that, and this is what I said to my mom, this is not who I want to be. This is not the kind of mom that I want to be. I want to be the kind of mom who takes care of herself so that I can take care of my children, and also to give the right message, because we make this common error of thinking that because we are taking care of our children and loving them and making them our priority, that they will understand that it's important to take care of ourselves. Take care of you. Take care of
Yeah,
you.
you've got to
You are
model
so
that to your
important.
children too. Yes, yes, yes.
But it's not the
Absolutely.
message. It's not the message they're getting. They're not
Yeah.
getting that it's important to take care of ourselves. They get the message, it's important to take care of others. My mom is taking care of others all the time. So this is what I should be doing. So this is what I do. This is what my grandmother did. This is what my mother did. This is what my mom thought that I should be doing. And I say, no more. This is not who I want to be, and this is not who I want my children to be.
See, and this is really important. Is to really create who you are, really find out, really be in touch with, when you start feeling that conflict. I really think this is so. When you start feeling that conflict when you're in that new role of motherhood, it's usually a struggle with what you've been taught, what you have thought was right, and how you're really feeling inside, and sorting that out. Who am I?
Mm.
What kind of what woman am I now that I'm a mother? Is that different? I mean, you have to figure out your role, like how I don't know, I can't think of how to say it the right way, but setting up the proper boundaries for you so
Mhm.
that you are really happy and fulfilled as a mother and as a woman.
Yes, yes.
And it's important for the children to be cognizant of respecting mother's personal time, because if you give endlessly, constantly, they never respect what's going on for you. They see you as this endless giver all the time.
Exactly.
And which
Exactly.
isn't fair for them to do to anybody. I mean, as moms, you know, something happens, you know, we're there, we're moms, you know, we love them, we're going to be there for them no matter what. But boy, carving out that personal time, finding out who you are, and just being okay with that. Say it's okay for me to be this kind of mom, and that
Yes.
makes me the best mom because I'm not that mom. And
No, no,
that's okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. We need to take the
Imperfection
time to
wears
be
you out.
aware. Yes. 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 It's perfect. I mean,
Perfection wears you out. It's not
ah,
possible and it's
it's
exhausting.
this is why it's imperfectly or perfectly imperfect, right? It's we are who we are with what we are. By our mistakes we teach our children that it's okay to make mistakes, and that it's okay to say sorry, and that it's okay, and that it's okay to have some me time, and that it's okay, it's always we are teaching ourselves and we are teaching our children, and it's
Well,
everything is a
respect has
growth
to, yeah.
opportunity.
And respect has to go both ways with children. You know, you
Yes.
respect them for what and they respect you back. You know,
Mhm.
mommy's busy. We need to do something else, you know, because when they're doing their own thing, they don't want us to interrupt them, right?
Exactly, this exactly
So
same
the
thing.
respect should, even though they're children, we have to teach them that respect goes both ways.
Yes.
And that's difficult sometimes,
Uh-huh.
but it's rewarding if you can do it.
Yes. And, I mean, my kids are a bit older now, but I remember as when my kids were very young, they wouldn't sleep very much during nap time, like 20, 30 minutes nap time. And it was so hard because I really had this need to have some me time. Um, and it was harder. I couldn't wear a scarf and say to them, I'm busy.
Not when they're two, you can't. And
this
so
was
that's when you
this was
really depend
harder.
on, oh gosh, yeah, I could see that.
Yes.
Yes. And that's when you really have to have a good network of people that
Yes.
can support you and stand in the gap for you when you need time out.
Exactly. Exactly. So now
Yeah.
it's easier. They're old enough to understand that. They're old enough to just be by themselves a bit if I need some me time, or if daddy needs some me time when I'm not there. And um, and uh, I, I I just want to say that I really feel for all the mothers out there who are alone raising their kids. I mean, it's a double challenge. It's if not triple challenge. I mean, to
Sure.
create these boundaries and to allow yourself some me time when you have all the hats all the time. I mean, I guess that yes. I just want to say that I really feel for for all those mothers out there also.
Oh,
And
yeah. Don't beat yourself up, ladies, because that is a really such a challenging role and a challenging time in a woman's life when she's trying to figure out who she is and how to balance her life with so many different things. And you kind of answered the final question was, you know, what would your message be to all the
mm,
young moms out there? So you might want to wrap it up by giving your
yeah.
final message.
Um, I guess that what I'd like to say is really be kind to yourself.
Mhm.
Be your best friend. This criticizing voice inside your head that's constantly telling you that it's not enough, you're not doing enough, or that you should be spending more time doing this and that, or more playing time with your children. It's okay. You are enough. If you were talking, if you listen to yourself as if you are your own best friend, you will see that what you are saying to yourself is really hard. We are so hard on ourselves. We are expecting so much. And at some point, we have to really just understand what our needs are. What really is your need? And how will you, for the sake of your own sanity and your families, how will you answer those needs? And how will you enforce them around you so that you respect yourself and that others around you respect your boundaries also.
I love that, Julie. Yeah, we need to hear more of that, especially young moms out there that are so challenged with so many different things, especially with the pandemic. Being teacher on top of everything else has really been a challenge for some people. And I so appreciate you coming on today. It's just been a great conversation. For any of you young moms out there that have really connected and resonated with Julie, love to chat with her, get to know her better. Feel free to hook up with her.
Yeah.
She's in the Ageless Women group. Just reach out, or you could write on the comment section of the video if you want to get together with her. That would be wonderful.
With pleasure.
So,
And it's always a pleasure to talk with you, Debbie.
oh yes, we like to have our little me times on the, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
well,
I
thank
so
you. Thank you
thank
again
you.
for everyone also. And let's connect again.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful day. And thank you for those of you who got to catch this live. And thank you to the ones who are going to be viewing it afterwards. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next Monday. Mwah. See ya.
Bye.